Hi, I am Kate Wolf-Quintero, and this is a tour of my ePortfolio. I have produced this portfolio of my work as the final requirement for the MS degree in Learning Design and Technology. On the home page, I introduce myself. I am an associate professor in the College of Public Health, and I am doing this degree because I teach large numbers of students online. I wanted the skills to be able to do that better. My primary focus is on the writing development of our graduate students, and so many of my projects focus on these instructional contexts. In the section titled My Work, I have included my resume, which in my case is a CV. These types of documents open in a new tab. In this section, I've also included my reflection and the video you are currently watching. In the AECT standards section, I begin with an introduction to the standards and my analysis of how well I met them. Then I go through each standard and provide the language of the standard and the substandards with links to the artifacts that demonstrate each substandard. This has given me a sense of pride in my accomplishments in this degree. I have learned a great deal about learning and design principles along with the tools and resources that help me implement them in instruction. I did learn that I can do more in increasing the appeal of my materials to people from diverse cultural backgrounds. I address this in my overview of Substandard 2.5 on the ethics of design selections. The greatest thing I have learned from this program is the power of design and planning through storyboards and scripts. This was a huge missing piece in my prior work, and it has made all the difference in the quality. A great example of this was the module I created for the Problems in Instructional Design course with Dr. Smith. As you can see in the Competencies and Skills section, I was able to apply almost all of the skills within this one project. Going back to the navigation, I have a section on the artifacts. Each one is a link to the artifact page. For instance, this artifact that is an interactive module on APA style developed with Adobe Rise. Each artifact page explains the platform creator's purpose and development process. Then I describe the standards that I met by completing the project. In this case, I am showcasing 4 of the standards. Then I explain the competencies and skills that I use in the development of this project. On the upper right-hand side, you can click on the artifact representation to go to the training itself. This RISE training opens as a web page that is interactive. My artifacts include 5 instructional training pieces and 7 papers and reports. The papers and reports are a mix of applications, but most notably include an interesting project on the development of a Chrome extension application to help me provide writing feedback to large numbers of students. This started as a project plan for software development in the project planning course, and this document shows that plan, which is a comprehensive project plan based on the Agile model for software development. Where it gets interesting is that I developed the software in real life because my son is a software engineer and he saw what I was struggling with in giving large quantities of very specific feedback. In the supporting document section of this artifact page, I showed 2 screenshots from this program, one on how the development of the feedback works and the other on how to use the feedback with students once it has been developed. On the feedback development screenshot, I show you that the feedback is organized by course, and within each course, the tasks that students do. I can categorize that feedback into subcategories that correspond with rubric sections or any other organizational structure I wish. And when you drill down to journal article citations specifically, you can see I've diagnosed problems with authors, using et al., etc. In the specific case of a problem with citing a work with 3 to 5 authors, you can see the feedback comment that I created. Then we move to the screenshot of how the feedback gets selected and provided to the students. The categories that I have generated for a particular task populate at the bottom of the screen, and I can open and close categories and click on the problems that I have diagnosed. When I do this, the feedback automatically pops into the content box, and there is a copy button for me to copy this feedback and provide it in Canvas to the student. Of course, writing the thousands of feedback comments that I have in this program has taken a large amount of work, but it has saved me and my TAs hours and hours of just plain grunge work on giving feedback. The beauty of this program is that my TAs can click on the diagnoses and it populates with my feedback, so we are very consistent in what we are delivering to the students. In closing, as I state in my reflection, my approach to teaching has changed for the better as a result of this degree program. I want to thank all of you who have contributed to my development as an instructional designer.